Hi, it's Tara again, coming back with another video. Sorry about the background. I'm away from home, and I decided, you know what, I might as, even though the conditions are not ideal, I might as well just do the videos anyways, because I brought my little like perfumes with me when I'm in my travels. So currently I'm taking care of my dad. So yeah, that's like another thing. I might do another video on that. But right now I want to do a review on Patchouli Paris from Guerlain. And I got like when I bought the Millesime Jasmine, the Shalimar version of it this year, I got like 3 samples. Got to pick 3 samples. And I picked, one of them that I picked was the Patchouli Paris, because I've been hearing like a lot about this perfume, and I'm like intrigued actually. First of all, this is like one of the first perfumes that I've actually seen where the Guerlain was actually gifting like influencers like free bottles and stuff like that. Yeah, so I've never actually seen that Guerlain had done such a campaign before. I know other perfume houses do it, but I was kind of surprised that Guerlain would have to resort to this. But anyways, you know, to each their own. So the Patchouli Paris advertisements on YouTube have shown that Patchouli Paris in that like a beautiful bottle with like like a red lid, like on the top. They have like the red G stuck on top, and they have like a red, I don't know if it's a red label or what, but they have like the coiling on the threads on top of the bottle are red. And it's just like when you show that on a commercial, the visual image is like so like alluring, you know what I mean? So now I'm like very interested, and it turns out that the perfume like liquid itself is red. So actually this is not my first time like trying it. I've actually tried it like 2 weeks ago, and then I tried it again, and I've also tried it in store. And the first time that I tried it was when I first got the bottle in like 2 weeks ago or something like that. And I actually and I sprayed it on right away. And I didn't spend a lot of time like huffing it like I usually do. I just sprayed it one spray on my hand, back of my hand, and then I went and did other stuff. My first impressions of this was it is very, very powdery. It has aldehydes. It's very fluffy. It's like cloud-like. It's kind of yeah, it has like a lot of like I have like oops, sorry for that. The Siri thing starts speaking like, you know, just out of the blue. It's kind of scary actually. But anyways, yeah, back to Patchouli Paris. So um the first thing you smell when you sniff it out of this sprayer right now is it smells kind of like slightly salty and musky, and very salty and musky, and slightly sweet and powdery. That is ambergris. Yeah, so I didn't know it had ambergris, you know, before I sprayed it on the first time, and I thought, wow, this is like really interesting. You know, I thought it would be like a powdery, like warm, salty skin musk, you know, with some vanilla and iris in it. Okay, so when you spray it on, the first time, it was very, it was sweeter than I thought. I thought the patchouli would be like earthy and really like camphoraceous and, you know, just rah in your face, very green. It's not. So first things you smell is like sweetness, aldehydes, you know, slightly powdery, kind of like a powder poof kind of. Then if you actually sniff closer, you can really smell the camphoraceousness of the patchouli peeking underneath. So the first time I sprayed it, because I didn't have it in my face, I was like on my hand, I was doing other stuff. I just thought it was like a very frou-frou white musk powder puff, like vanilla, fluffy, aldehydic iris thing. It smelled like a cool, powder poofy white musk with lots of iris. And then later you smell like a little bit of the patchouli and stuff like that, and which I thought was like really good. Um, and very pleasant and very nice. So then I kind of like thought, this is nice. I mean, I can see how it's patchouli Paris. Paris I think is kind of like violety, irisy, kind of cool toned, you know what I mean? And frou-frou and aldehydic and puffy, and you know what I mean? It's like kind of like I associate Paris with like powder puffs and violets and raspberries and stuff like that. So anyway, I thought, this is very pleasant. A woman would really love this, especially women who don't like super earthy and camphoraceous herbally patchoulis. You know what I mean? It's kind of like a refined, citified, like, Parisian touch of patchouli. If anybody can tame patchouli, I mean, not tame it, but like kind of make it work for them in a city way without its wild, crazy facets, it's probably, Parisians. So anyways, then later on, I read the Fragrantica, I think one of the head reviewers, Elena, she reviewed it and she said that it was wild and animalic, and it was like very strong and lasting. And I was like, wait a minute. Every time I read something that is like the polar opposite of what my first impressions is, then, of course I get curious again. I'm like, why is this woman smelling all this wildness? I don't even really like smell the patchouli all that much, you know what I mean? So I went and dug out the sample again, and I like this time I did like 3 sprays on my, all over my hand, my poor hand. So here, and here, and I sniffed it like this, like I usually do, and I was like, oh, okay, I get it now. So it has like the patchouli's there. There is the camphoraceousness, there is the slight earthiness, but it's overlaid very like successfully or unsuccessfully, whichever you prefer, with like a cooling, fluffy vanilla air. And it also has ambergris. So ambergris, it has like a musky effect, but it's also slightly salty and slightly like sweet, you know what I mean? And that mixed together with the vanilla and the iris and the aldehydes and of course the patchouli, it's like very cool, and I know that a lot of people actually that hate patchouli are saying that this is really good, you know what I mean? And I do have to admit that the more I sniff it, the more I'm kind of like addicted to it. I'm wondering if that's actually the ambergris, because like when you sniff it from this the stopper, you hardly smell any patchouli, and it's like the ambergris is what is giving off that powerful like musky, salty type of effect. Salty, slight. It's not salty. It's just ever so slightly salty, because the iris and the aldehydes are on the cold side, cooler, like a cooling powdery side. So you know what? This actually has some pretty good staying power. And after I sprayed it and it got on my clothes, like it smells like so cuddly and yummy, you know what I mean? And yeah, this isn't like, I wouldn't say like for Elena, I can't agree with her that this is like very animalic. It might have, if you spray a lot, I think the patchouli side might come out a little bit more, but it's actually very like refined and lovely. And I don't know, I'm very tempted to get this, which is very strange. Like there's other like Guerlains that I've been wanting that I have not been able to, step up to buying, like Iris Torrifier and some other ones that I can't even remember. any of the oud ones, I don't know, don't care. Uh, the musk one, I don't know, I don't care. You know what I mean? But this patchouli one, it's like really did grab my interest, and if I was to get any one of those, I'm actually kind of like fighting the urge to run out and buy one of these. And yeah, so that's my review. My review is I like it. Okay, that's just my opinion. But I think that even though I like earthy, I don't like the chocolate. Okay, so it does have like a slightly, the patchouli does get a little bit like a slightly chocolatey. So, but it kind of mixes in with the vanilla, so it smells like it's not cloyingly sweet, but it's like sweet enough. It's like powdered air. You know what I mean? So it's very good. I like it. I like how they kind of interlaid like, two opposite type of accords, and they made one really strong like accord. But then I like powdery perfumes, and I like that musky like ambergris type of like overlay, and I do like the camphoraceous notes. So the camphoraceous notes kind of come off as like a little bit, when they mix with the aldehydes and the iris, they come off as like making it seem cool. This is like a very cooling effect type of powdery musk. But it has like a warm underside because of the ambergris, like really warms it up in the background. So it's like intriguing. It's like a cool, hot type of perfume. So anyways, I really like it. And I'm surprised. I haven't been totally wowed by most of the Guerlain stuff that's been coming out lately, like any of the oud ones and any of those other ones. Yeah, I can't. But anyways, this one is very good. I mean, it's good in that it actually made an impact on me. I find myself wanting to keep, using up this whole spray. So when I get that type of feeling, it's more or less likely that I'll probably get this in the near future. So anyways, speaking of Guerlain, I don't know if I frequently stalk the website just to see what goodies they have, and because I like to see their exceptional creations. So this is probably in keeping with like, the economic downturn in terms of like luxury in general. But if any of you guys have been wanting to try or sample, like not sample, but wanting to have like Angelique Noir or any of those like Queer Beluga or any of these like classic ones, the best-selling ones, they are having right now on the website, they're having two 20 milliliter spray bottles for $190. So yeah, so they're like travel sprays, and you're supposed to buy like the travel spray like cover or whatever you call it, the case, and spray it. But I saw the sprays on this, and they look, I mean, I saw the mechanism, the spray neck mechanism for the travel spray refills. And yeah, so the refills are 220 mils, which is almost like a full like 50 mils, is $190. So the 50 mls bottles of these are $295. So you're basically getting $105 like off of something. Well, you do the math. It's not the full 100 something, but it's a good discount off of these two like travel sprays. So if you've been wanting to try it, and you don't think that you don't have the money for both, that's fine. But then you can get like the travel sprays, and what you can do is like if 190 is like too much for you, you can go splitsies with a friend, and the one can pay like the half, so 80 per person, and 20 mls is actually a pretty decent size. Yeah, it'll like stay you for a while. So anyways, I thought I might just tell you about that just in case. All right, so I'll talk to you later. Bye.